Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Ten of Stones and Home. And this came up here, I don't know, a week, 10 days ago. And as we talked about it, you went home, and then you had another card in between, I think, maybe two cards, and then you were headed to the World Tree, and the World Tree just dropped off. So there's that security of the World Tree that just dropped off, but now it's replaced with the Ten of Stones and Home. And there's some comfort, there's some stability, there's some security in knowing that you always have a home to go home to. All right. And it's also the community in which you reside in. Your neighbors, that are live up and down the street. The familiarity of the town that you live in. Even going back to old areas where you used to call home, and you're just knowing where how to get around to different stores and restaurants and things of that nature. It's where your friends are, it's where your coworkers are, it's where family is. And what do all three of those have in common? Security, stability, and happiness, affection, right? And over the years, home has changed a little bit. Not everybody's home all the time to do things, but with the pandemic, we're locked in home. Now we have work at home, right? So kids are studying from home. Parents are working from home. So now we're getting more back into that aspect of everybody's around the house all the time, right? Everybody's we might get stir crazy over that, but it's part of putting that affection and that love back into the home where it's at. All right. And this is the only stones card that's down there right now too. So tens are all about completion, stones and materialism, security, stability. So as we start out looking at this card, for that hope or for the dream, with the other cards that are laying down there, the only thing that's looking forward to that home is the Page of Bows, the Stoat. All right. And he's actually looking forward, and that's 3 or 4 days away. But that Page of Vessels is asking you, where do you need where do you need to let your feelings show? For most people, when they go home, they can let feelings show, right? Because they know that there's comfort there, there's emotional security there. They can take off that mask and be who they want to be when they get home. If you're seeking truth with that Two of Arrows, that Injustice card, if you're seeking out the truth, sometimes it's always good just to go home. Talk to your parents, talk to your siblings. Ask that question, about truth. And being home, it's a safety net, right? You can ask those questions and not feel like you're being vulnerable, because that's family, and family's going to take care of you. All right. The Page of Bows is asking you, what is offering you that opportunity, that mystical link to the land. All right. Where's that opportunity to find that truth when you're at home? Could it be going through some of your old stuff? That maybe, is that answer. All right. That Seven of Arrows, insecurity, is what led you down this road to, look for that truth, And that was prompted by the Life Lessons card of the journey, right? Because, here you are starting on this new journey with the World Tree, and, the King of Vessels pops out, and he says, okay, I can be that kingly advice for you to help you see through uncharted waters, to help you understand, between the living and the dead. All right, because that's my realm, that psychic energy, that water energy. And he asks you, where do you need to be more tolerant? Where do you need to be more tolerant on that journey that you're on? And this is the journey of seeking truth. There's some insecurity going on. You don't really understand where it's coming from, but the biggest thing is you can get down off that rock. You have that choice to do that, okay? And that's possibly that opportunity that the Stoat's asking you. Now he's also asking you how would things change if you engaged with it? How would things change if you engage with finding out what that truth is, okay? And then relying on that deeper trust that the Otter's asking you. If you're seeking the truth to whatever answer it is, and that Otter is giving you some playfulness, and he's asking you what deeper trust is being asked of you, that makes you think a little bit. Do we, like I said the other day when I was talking about that justice card, that truth card, do you really want to know what the truth is? And if you do, you're going to find those answers when you get home. You're going to find those answers in the security of the walls. Okay, you're going to find those answers, talking to your siblings and your parents, right? Because they're just like the kings and the pages. All right, pages are there for messengers, and the king's there to give you, that advice. And who better to ask for advice than parents that have been there and done that, or older siblings and that have been there and done that. So take comfort in what you have, as you're looking for that truth, and that 10 of stones in that home. Put your hand on the house and just, put it out there and just say, you know what, man, you've been in my life for all these years. I just appreciate everything that you do to, keep me secure and stable. All right, so that's the card of the day, the 10 of stones, home. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And this is D for Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, stay safe, everybody.